Self-esteem is how you think and feel about yourself. Today, in this telecast, I have a guest. She is a coach, an educationist, a child psychologist, a mother, a grandmother, my biological mother, Reverend Mrs. Taiwo Yeri.
How are you? It's nice being with you on this telecast.
Thank you, Ma. Thanks for coming. So today we're going to be talking about how to boost the self-esteem of our children. Research has shown to us that a lot of adults suffer from low self-esteem, which started from when they were a child. And this points to the fact that a lot of parents are unconsciously injuring the esteem of their children.
Exactly.
And that is why we need to talk about how we can help our children's esteem to remain healthy and not incurring more damage. So what are the things we can do? Or let's begin by highlighting some of the ways parents, afflict their children, unconsciously afflict their children with low self-esteem. And maybe by the time we are able to identify that, we'll be able to provide some solution. So, what are the ways parents actually unconsciously, damage the esteem of their children?
I think one of those ways is when you criticize your child too much. Every day that child lives with criticism, and you could not identify any good thing in that child. Already that child esteem will be crushed.
Wow, that's
so
true.
Parents need to really watch it very well.
So criticizing your child, criticizing your child, not complimenting your
at
child.
all.
Wow. So when we want to talk to our children, we need to be very careful that we are not already in the habit of criticizing them, because it damages their self-esteem.
Yes.
Parents, I hope we are learning that we are not supposed to criticize our children heavily. It's very, very hard on these children when all they hear is criticism and no word of compliment. And I think that we can do better. All right, do we have any other ways we can also boost the self-esteem of our children?
And another way parents get this done unconsciously is when they make comparison between siblings or with their friends' children. All those comparisons are almost unnecessary.
Very unnecessary.
Very unnecessary.
Because no two children are the same, right?
Yes. And those children are crushed. They will never want to come around you. So you can imagine a situation whereby a parent that doesn't even stay at home, and the little time you have with your children is to always make comparisons. Go and see your mates, see how they are doing it. Go and see Mrs. Labaja's son, how he's doing it. That child will be driven away from you.
Of course.
And you will think you have a child. That child is gone. So
gone.
Parents need to be very, very careful.
Yeah, because they do these things unconsciously sometimes. And even among their siblings. Wow. I'm sure there are other ways that other things parents do that they unconsciously hurt the esteem of their children.
Especially, especially when they give, in an attempt to
compensate,
create a funny atmosphere.
Okay.
You give your child a derogative pet name.
Wow.
Saying, you this big head, Olorinla, you this orobo. All those words.
Yeah.
They crush
their esteem. Yes,
they
it's
crush
true.
esteem. You are too short. See, you are just long there. You are growing taller and taller like a fool. All those words have really damaged so many children.
Could it be because they are unaware of this effect, or it's just because they just don't want to, learn and unlearn? Because these words are really very harsh. There are some pet names that you can actually give your children that shows and express love, which parents should be able to do. But there are some pet names that are just derogatory. They are just abusive and they greatly impact your child. So please, let's watch the words we use on our children. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm sure you are enjoying it too. So, Mommy, do we have any other ways that we injure the esteem of our children?
Do you know that quite a number of parents never knew they need to learn, unlearn, and relearn? Things that we learned when they were growing up are expired.
They are different.
They need to now learn new ones.
Yes.
New approach. considering the age we are now.
Get age.
But we still have this other parent that will say, which age are we? Children are getting spoiled and they are talking. We need to go to the past. How they should beat them very well. We should scold them very well. It doesn't go
that way.
Way again. So parents need to actually learn.
Yeah.
If a mother speak about 21,000 words in a day, and out of that 21,000 words, about 15,000 is derogative to your child, which environment are you creating?
Yes, and our words are life, their spirit and life.
Yes.
So we shouldn't we should be very careful on what we speak to our children.
Very, very important.
I think I would just slot it in when we are also, what makes parents most of the time do this because they are angry. And most of them go that far of, in a bid to discipline their children. They actually do it in anger. So if you correct a child in anger, you're actually teaching that child, what it means
not
to
be able
angry.
to manage their emotions.
Not to be able to manage their emotions.
Yes,
so sometimes sometimes parents may have to go and manage your emotions before you begin to discipline that child, because there won't be a difference between what is going on. When you are angry, you are beating the child in anger. The child can't even understand what he or she has done, and it just messes up the whole correction you are trying to achieve.
Exactly. It is said that before you scold a child, warn that child. You must warn that child. The child must know the reason why you want to administer that kind of punishment.
Yeah.
You don't just descend on a child and start beating a child.
He must be able to understand the reason why. And maybe there would have been a proud discussion before that time.
And whatever you intend as a penalty for that child, if he goes otherwise, let that child know, if you do this, I'll do this for you.
So there's a lay down.
That child will not be able to dare it.
Yeah.
And if that child attempts it, make sure what you promise that child, you do it.
So you're not just threatening
as a
the child.
corrective measure. Now, parents need to know that correction is not to destroy. Don't destroy your child in an attempt to correct that child.
Because yes, what you are saying is really right. In the hospital, some months ago, there was a child that was brought into the hospital badly beaten with was exposed wire. The father used on the child, because I don't know what he said. The child, maybe he stole something else, and I was like, what? This is abuse. This is not discipline.
It's not more than that. It's abuse.
So we need to actually tread carefully and know, because not every child can be corrected the same way. You need to study your child.
You can even imagine a situation where husband and wife will start fighting.
That's another way of
damaging
the self-esteem of the children.
That child is just going down. Because mother will say this way. Father will say, we want to beat the child. The mother will be dragging. You can't beat my child. Don't kill my child. I think parents of nowadays, the young people, need to sit down and discuss on disciplinary measures
you want to adopt
that will build their children instead of facing each other now. You want to rebuke a child, you want to mold a child, you want to build that child esteem. Now the two of you now start fighting.
Then the whole aim is lost.
How do you now win?
So I think there's a lot of things that should be done before the marriage. There's a lot of things that has to be discussed even in premarital counseling. While you are courting, you need to establish how do we want to discipline our children, what works. Because if you are bringing the model from your biological parent home, it's going to be a problem, because maybe that other partner also has a different opinion on how to discipline. So both of you have to come together and establish how do we discipline this child. And every child is different. The way you correct a child A is different from the way you correct a child B. It's based on personality. So if you will do what you do to child B to child A, you might crush the personality of that child. So this is deep. So we are just encouraging parents to read deep and keep learning, because it's a progressive journey.
Most of the ways we were brought up, I want parents to know that it has become an history today. It's an history. We are looking towards tomorrow that is a mystery. That is a mystery, and that mystery have to be unraveled through knowledge.
Yeah, true knowledge.
Very important.
Very, very
Today
important.
is a gift. Which gift do you want to give to your child that you will treasure so much as it's growing? And that is why we are discussing all these things. It's very important that a parent should be very, very careful. Give commiserating praises. Don't give sarcastic praises to your children.
Or exaggerate them.
Yes, be exaggerating. It has to be avoided. If a child does something, it's nice, it's moderately nice, appreciates the child, a hug, whatever, then that child will be encouraged to do more. When he or she is able to put in more efforts, let that praise increase.
So do not exaggerate the praise. So you don't give your child a false belief of the real world out there. That's
very
a self-esteem issue.
Very important.
What do you think about identifying the strength of your child? How do that help?
That one is very important.
Failure to identify the strength of your child, is it not another way of
a very big
damaging
problem.
the self-esteem? Yeah.
It used to be in those days. I wouldn't know whether parents, we still have such parents now, who want their children to study a particular discipline.
We still do have them. We still have them.
You must study medicine. You must go for law. You must do this. I think there is need for this category of parents to be more informed.
Yeah.
Your child is carrying a potential. In that potential, we have the skills. We have some children that are very good in science. Some are good in art. Some are good in creative work. They are good in creating arts.
Yeah, even this creative work you're talking about is what is actually, it's what is actually selling these days.
Yes.
That's what is selling these days.
Parents should locate your child. What is the strength in your child? Start building it now. Now that she's very young, start building it. I'm just praying that in this our nation, more young people that are getting informed, we come into educational line and put things in order. Things are really there are lapses in our educational package. The packaging is wobbling.
It's wobbling.
It's wobbling.
And that is where the esteem of a child is damaged before they get. So an average child going through the 4 walls of school is already damaged. So I can't imagine a teacher.
They didn't discover themselves.
They don't discover
themselves. They become an adult. They didn't discover themselves. All an average secondary school child is running after. Let me just pass my WAEC. Let me go.
Nothing
no
else.
Skills. Nothing.
No skill. Nothing.
The potential is not touched
it's not
at all. They don't know themselves. No discovery about their identity. They don't know themselves. Even parents didn't know their children. How much more the teachers?
So it's a repetitive cycle of mediocrity.
So we need to know these children.
We have to know these
so
children.
that we can put confidence in them.
Parents, we've had this and it's been amazing and wonderful time and enlightening time, very insightful. And we just want to, beg our parents out there. There is so much work to be done. God has chosen you to be that vessel in which these children came out.
Yes, they are caretaker.
And you will be accountable for them. And in your house right now, you have a princess, you have a king, you have a president, you have a lawyer, you have a word changer, you have a problem solver in that house.
Exactly.
How will you raise that child? If you already know this already, what approach will you use to raise that child? Let's give it our best. Let us be flexible, open-minded. There are some approaches that has to be done with. Learn more and let's see how we can help this child's self-esteem. Let's not contribute to damaging the esteem of these children. And I believe that as we are open and willing, God, who is a custodian, who gave us these children in the first place, will continue to supply the wisdom that we need. Thank you so much, Mommy, for helping and giving us insights to this.
That was
a
nice section.
Thank you so much, Ma. And I want you to stay tuned. We're going to be having more and more of this. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Jesus loves you.